up, boys? It's June 1st, and you know what that means. What gacha game is currently leading the charge as the best gacha game on the market? Guys, I want to make it very clear. If your game is not making $10 million, not even, if your game isn't making $15 million, it's end of servicing. It's over. It's kaput. It's wraps. It's going to be the new Tribe 9, Tribe 90K, Tribe 9 players, Tribe 9 months. It is fucking cooked. Tribe 9 is a cautionary tale. Where the fuck is Tribe 9 in this shit anyways? Is it dead yet? I'm pretty sure they took it off the list, and good. Tribe 9 devs, you guys are a fucking joke for giving up that easily. You have no mental wherewithal. You're weak, and your game deserved to shut down. What a pathetic, pathetic developer system you have where you're going to give up because you have one bad month. Wait, it's down further? Wait, really? Oh, shit. Sorry, now you're not Tribe 9, you're Tribe 4, Tribe 40K. Eat a dick. You deserve to get shut down. Anyways, I'm not covering anything below 50. There is no reason. Let's see what is the cream of the crop, although Honkai Impact 3rd, 1.7 mil, as well as Persona 5 Phantom X at 1.3 mil. That's strange. I am greatly looking forward to Persona 5 X, but I've become worried with how much Doom posting I've seen about this game. However, I will still most likely consider playing this in the near future whenever it does come out in global. Tears of Themis, Honkai, or Hoyo versus most homoerotic game, made $2 million. I guess Ryuku Sensei is right. Men do sell. Very cool, very smart. I would like to make it very clear, Ryuku does not like to have sex with men. Bang Dreamgirls Band Party, great. AFK Arena, great, 2.5 mil. Honestly surprising it's still making that much with AFK Journey out, the superior game. Brown Dust 2 jumped up by double the revenue, which most likely means that they probably released another big-tittied, big-ass slut getting fucked in all holes at the exact same time. Brown Dust 2 is not a gacha game. This is a hentai game. I don't know how you play this game with your pants on. Like, genuinely. I don't even think that you can play this game with your pants on. Wizardry Variants Daphne. The most consistent gacha game of all time. 3 mil last month. 3 mil this month. If you have not tried Wizardry yet, what the fuck are you doing? This game is so good. Fire Emblem Heroes, Disney Trust Twisted Wonderland, Heaven Burns Red, Punishing Gray Rain with 3.2 mil, actually still doing pretty good. They had this really cute twin tail, like gray hair, black hair girl get teased. I'm not sure if she's in the game. And I'm also not sure if this accounts for the Devil May Cry 5 collab. I don't believe that it's released yet. Guys, am I crazy? She's an A rank? Yeah, true. Is PGR in the game yet? That's next patch. Not yet in global. It's out in China, but not global. Okay. Even still, I was expecting this to do more with Devil May Cry 5, but that being said, still a jump in revenue. That's great. Epic 7 going up. 3.4 mil, jumped $200,000. That is probably Mr. Pokey himself fueling that gacha boost. Memento Mori, Blue Archive, went down 3 million. Man, the lolicons are going to be on suicide watch. That is truly a shame. That being said, Asuna from Blue Archive is fucking gorgeous. Solo Loading Arise, also still on the rise. Good for them. This game absolutely sucked ass on launch. It really did. But somehow it's going up. So good on the developers for not giving up. This game was riddled with bugs and issues, but I guess they're going to bounce back, which to be honest is great. One Piece Treasure Cruise, Girls Frontline 2, Exilium, Beyond the World, Light and Night, Madoka Magica. Madoka Magica just recently released and already dropping 50% of its revenue is not a good sign of things to come. However, I don't really know what people were expecting based on an anime-based video game. These are usually like very cheap cash grabs, and it kind of just seemed like Honkai Star Rail reskinned as Madoka Magica. I'll be real, I don't think games where it's like, we're going to take Genshin, we're going to take Honkai, and we're going to reskin it equals instant success. I think it's going to slowly die as a genre, because I'll be real, using Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as a blueprint in big 2025, it just honestly, it just doesn't hold its weight anymore. It really doesn't. It's just the games aren't that good in big 2025, and I think the big new successful games are going to be ones that aren't Genshin likes, that aren't Wuwa likes. Like, for example, Ananta, Azure Promelia, and Silver Palace, I think are going to be the next gacha games to sweep the gacha sphere right now. Ethereal Restart has a chance. However, I don't think it's going to be able to make that much money considering how little dupes actually come into play. I mean, most gacha games, I believe there's around a 300 to 400% between a C0 and a C6 unit, whereas in Ethereal Restart, there's about a 30% difference between C0 and max. So it's going to be hard for the game to make money, but I'm hoping the game is good and it just spreads by word of mouth. Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, still doing fantastic. I don't get how. This shit makes no sense to me at all. JJK making 5 mil, that's great, good for them. Doubling the revenue, they probably released a bikini skin or some shit. Or maybe Sukuna's in the game now, I got no idea. AFK Journey making 6.4, that's great. Hopefully they release another furry character. Infinity Nikki only dropping $200,000 in revenue. This is actually a really good thing. And the reason why this is because Infinity Nikki became increasingly more predatory. It did. And when Honkai Star Rail did that, it tripled its revenue. When Infinity Nikki did that, its revenue went down by 200,000, which means during the next dry patch, it's going to lose significantly more. It seems like Infinity Nikki have something that Honkai Star Rail players don't have, which is conviction and the ability to stick true to their words. This might be a controversial opinion, but if you say something is bad for the game, and then you pull for that thing that you said was bad for the game, you are a fucking hypocrite. Good news is, Infinity Nikki players actually understand that basic fundamental of being a human being and having a rational brain, so even though the game got more predatory, not as many people pulled for it, which is fucking great to see. It appears Infinity Nikki is actually fucking going downwards, which is good, because once money goes down, developers listening goes up. There is a chance they could fix things, but I highly doubt it. Summoner's War still going strong after 10 years of service is fucking insane. Amassing a whopping $7 million. Good for them. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. I will never forgive you for fucking me at the Sanrio stage. The Sanrio banner. Your banner is one of the worst I've ever seen, Hatsune Miku. You should be fucking shamed. However, you are lucky that the game is very enjoyable and free to play. One Piece Bounty Rush making 7 mil. Good for them. Ensemble Stars, no idea. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle making 7 mil. Does that mean Dragon Ball Legends beat it? Oh, thank God there is justice in this world. Finally, the superior game beats Dokkan. Everybody knows Legends is better than Dokkan. Everybody knows. So I don't know who they released, but they doubled the revenue. Good for them. I fucking love Legends. It looks very, very, very cool. Dokkan just doesn't really do anything for me, but it's still cool because I love Dragon Ball Z, but I know that game without the Dragon Ball IP is fucking nothing, and we all know it. Uma Musume, whether you like or hate this game, it's caused a lot of good in the gacha sphere, so great. I mean, it's doing very well, all things considered. I have no idea what an Uma Musume is, but yeah, I mean, I guess horse racing is cool. Azure Lane doubled the revenue, which also means probably another big titty slut got whored out on the internet to farm the Azure devs oodles and oodles of money. Reverse 1999 is just doing so fucking good. It's honestly just, it just makes no sense to me. I am genuinely considering doing a stream where I play Reverse 1999 for 8 hours. Because maybe I'm just wrong. Better yet, if this video gets 8,000 likes, then I will go play Reverse 1999 for 8 hours. And maybe I'll never play it again right after. That is very true. But I'm at least willing to give it a shot because I just don't get how it's making that much money. Just know that it does have power creep. Okay. Battle Cats is the game that I really want to play, which is up next, making 9.5 million on a bad month. This game looks like it's a genuine joy to play, and I do really want to try it, but the problem is wait, what the fuck? Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that in a second. Yeah, Battle Cats I would want to play more of, but I wish there was a PC client, but there's not. An emulator play style is fucking miserable to me. Zenless Zone Zero, what? But Ryuku said, well, guys, you need to understand, this is because the gacha game sold a male character, and we all fucking know it. And copers, what I like to say, professional retards like to say, is, well, Love in Deep Space sold really well. Love in Deep Space sold really well, and it's all men. Yes. Because that is the target demographic they're going after, okay? These other games are choosing to pander to men because more men play gacha games than women, but all women who play gacha games play Love in Deep Space. The exception does not make the rule. if you were to combine all of these other games' money into one, it would quintuple Love and Deep Space's revenue, because all of these other games are selling to men, whereas this one game is only selling to women. And every other gacha game that sells these characters to men and the male characters to women, they're not going to be able to compete with the literal pornographic game that is Love and Deep Space. Yeah, Dragon Ball Legends, 11 mil, Pog, Puzzle and Dragon, 12 mil. What the fuck even is that? Is that the Facebook ad game? Gakuyan Idolmaster, I don't know what this is either, but Gakuyan, for some reason this game, the word Gakuyan is deeply ingrained in my brain. What does that mean, Gakuyan? Academy or college is what Gakuyan. So what does Maso Gakuyan HXH mean in English? Okay, Magic Academy, so Magic College. Yeah, the only Gakuyan that I know is this fucking show. And I ain't gonna lie, this show went fucking crazy. So there was this main character that would turn these chicks on, and then they would get stronger the more horny they were. I watched that shit like 10 years ago, whenever it came out. Yeah, that shit was insane. Okay, cool. Anyways, Cookie fucking Run Kingdom. $15 million. I'm gonna come all over my Cookie Kingdom. Dude, good for Cookie Run. I fucking love this game. If the developers weren't so difficult to deal with, I'd probably still continue playing it. We got Monster Strike. We got Goddess. Oh my God. Goddess of Victory Nikkei doubling their revenue to 23 million. Chat, who did they whore out? Why the fuck is Nikkei making 23 mil? 2.5 story, CN release? CN release. Added CN. Wait, China wasn't allowed to play Nikkei? Nikkei DLC Stellar Blade. It was that shitty 2.5 anniversary and CN release. Really? Well, goddamn. Well, Nikkei, congratulations. I've only heard bad things about Nikkei lately, but it seems like all is well. Very interesting. We have Wuthering Waves still in the top 10, amassing a whopping $25 million. This is fucking huge. Massive fucking W for the Wuthering Waves community. Completely pissing on Zenless Zone Zero. This now means that Zenless Zone Zero is 2.5 times worse than Wuthering Waves. Big W. They're killing it. Dawei, eat a dick. Dong, you are our GOAT. Yeah, this looks fucking great. And I have a prediction that 2.4 sales will be just as good. With Florida Lease and Cartathia coming out, they're going to sell quite a lot. I have a feeling. And 2.4 delivering in all aspects of the game. Wuwa is going mainstream right now, and it is quite nice to see. FGO making $25 million. I have no idea. Jesus Christ. This is the reason why Toho's unemployed and why he's homeless. SD Gundam, what the fuck? Genshin Impact making $36 million. Genshin made $36 million. Why is that? What did they release? I guess they released what? I don't know. Who the fuck is even in Escoffier? God, that character looked like ass. How the fuck did they make 36 mil with that dog shit ass looking character? Yeah, I guess Genshin Impact is 50% better than Wuthering Waves though. Unlucky. Oh, she's meta for Skirk? Jesus Christ. I will never understand why people dump so much fucking money in this video game, but it is what it is. Naruto Mobile completely obliterating Genshin. Oh my God. Arc Knights beating Genshin. Holy shit. What did Arc Knights do? What could they have possibly done to nearly triple their money? Lapland Altar Banner. OPCN unit, what Twitter said. I get it. This is legitimately Arc Knights' best character. Dude, Lapland is the fucking GOAT. I cannot believe Arc Knights beat Genshin again. Genshin should be humiliated by that shit. Honkai Star Rail lost 50% of their revenue, dropping down to 50 million. Now, here's the question. Will Finon turn things around? We will see. With how broken Finon is and how much they've been hyping that guy up, will he be enough? And I believe it'll be Finon plus the Fate collab. Next month will be very interesting to see how much money Honkai Star Rail truly makes. And I want to let you know, even though Honkai Star Rail has made a hell of a lot more than they deserve and lost 50% of their revenue. If any of you guys are unhappy with the game state, just know them making this much money, incentivizes them zero to change a damn thing. And that's the God's honest truth. Pokemon TCG Pocket making $66 million. I have no idea how. This game is just infinitely worse than the actual card game, and it costs way more to play. Love and Deep Space, $69 million. Hey, to all you femcells, congratulations. I hope masturbating your enormous and large clitoris is even more fun to Silas's massive Asian boy cock. Okay, so Sarah, real quick, what am I looking at?
So last month, they were actually up in CN, and then they reversed the numbers down to the 35 or the 3.5 million. So it's been an uptrend like almost every patch, but in CN, there's no way they're making the same amount of money every single month for the past 3 months.
Okay, so you're saying that whoever's running the
They're on the
Sentry
uptrend.
Tower, you're saying whoever's running the Sentry Tower is lying.
Specifically for CN, because CN's not as transparent to get the data on.
Yes.
So they're just cooking the CN numbers.
So they're like underestimating the numbers because they're just
For
projections for CN.
Yeah.
So
And then if you look at global,
yeah,
it's always on an uptrend, and it's really competitive with Genshin. And last month, before they removed the CN sales, it was actually above Genshin, but then they removed the CN sales and it dropped below Genshin.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think there was like a few people who talked about it, but everybody knows that the Sensor Tower CN data is kind of cooked anyway. So I was just posting the global numbers, and I mean, yeah.
Okay, so the real number is actually Honkai Star Rail, then Genshin, then Wuwa, and Love and Deep Space is actually dramatically lower than people.
Well, that's because
it's global.
No, Love and Deep Space is doing really well in CN.
Of course.
But that's the only place it's doing well in.
Yeah, 100%. This list looks like it makes a lot more sense.
Oh. Yeah, so like if you remove the CN data, you can like see all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I like to use. I like to compare both. And then look at Wuthering Waves. It's been at 3.5 million for 3 months. And there just ain't no way they have the same exact sales numbers for 3 months unless they don't have any data out of CN or they're not estimating
what the fuck? So for global, it's a lot easier to get the numbers, but for China, it's harder. And so the way that Sentry Tower works is that they use estimated projections for CN usually, but they've just been underballing Wuthering Waves for months now. Wait, this tells a completely different story. This makes
it may not be doing good in CN, but it's not doing as bad as they're saying in CN.
100%. Yeah, because 3.5 mil straight for 3 months with the anniversary and Zany releasing. Yeah, I don't believe that shit for a fucking second.
I think last month before they removed the sales, it was sitting at like 6 or 7 million in CN, and then they removed all those sales.
Oh, that's
so
insane.
Then when you look at the combined data, Genshin jumped above it, but when everybody made their videos on day one, Wuthering Waves was above Genshin.
Oh my god. Okay, Sarah. Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about this.
Okie dokie. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh my god. That's insane. Big W. See y'all next month to tell you why your gacha game sucks because it's not making $10 billion a month.